I'm back. So I restarted my computer and now I've got like 400 and something downloads. So we should be good now. Let me get my chart stuff back up here. Things look better now, chat. All right. Like I was saying earlier, have multiple pieces of data that show that we're going to come down here somewhere. I would think we would backtest previous week high at some point. Orb low, if we fell this, we should come down here. Where's my orb midpoint? There it is. Here's the gap fill here. Here's previous day high that we should come touch as well. The problem is you can't be early to this. Thing is, look at SPY. SPY not nearly as strong. It's basically break even, not nearly as strong. IWM's actually red today. See if it stays under the previous day's low. Pete the cat. Does it look better now, Pete? Hopefully it looks better. I was looking at like my upload speed went from 25 to like 250. My download's like 400 something now. So whatever was going on, it's all fixed. Like I said, this could take a while to play out, but since that first stream was so bad. Where we're watching is just an update if you're new. Thanks, Pete, for the much better. Yeah. Much better. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so we're watching here. This is what's in play. It's got live data. So this gap, it's 58% chance just in general that we fill the gap. But when I was breaking it down a while ago, we go to the actual report page. A couple things we can look at. So the size of that gap is 0.23. It just told me. This should fill 71%. That should fill. Mondays, we gap up. We should fill that 75% of the time on QQQ. We should fill the gap. So there's two pretty strong data points there. And then the video I did on Wednesday, guys, outside days. So you see this previous day high, previous day low. That's previous day's range, right? Let's turn off some of this other stuff to see it better. Let me just delete this off here. So we gapped up. We opened up here above previous day's high, which is right here. You can see it marked with the indicator. These Edgeful indicators are fantastic, by the way. But based on that and this report right here, 69% of the time we reverse back down and touch it. So that looks like this right here. Open up above previous day's high. And these are just, for example, candles, right? We should come back down and touch, which is this right here. We should come back and touch this at some point today. So what I've set up for myself here is 3+ layers of bearish bias, I guess would be the term. I mean, it's not bias like I'm feeling bearish. It's bias as in data's telling me to be bearish, right? So there's a difference in the type of bias there. Like this right here, it's telling me you should look bearish for this gap to fill, but we have to put context with it. We haven't even got a red 15-minute candle yet. We're above 15-minute orb. I like 30-minute orb, but for the data point right now, I was looking at the 15-minute. So we need to fell back under this. Preferably, we could look at. Honestly, I like the 15-minute orb a little bit better today, just because of where it's at right there. And when you go to the 5-minute chart, there was some resistance here at this level, and then it kind of turned into some support. I need that to fail back down. All right. Still getting some of my other my new squawker open. Like I said, I don't want to trade with bias, but data bias is completely different, right? I can get my other chart over here now. Everything's moving way better now. Way, way better. I mean, we're also over R2, which we had a smaller range because it's a weird holiday. So some things to keep in consideration here. But I don't know. The other thing I'm battling with that makes me not want to take the short yet, all we're doing is staircasing up still. We don't have a lower high, just basic market structure right now. This blue one is my EMA 9. We haven't even really touched that all day. We should touch it at some point soon. This outer VWAP band, this value area, this green. So here's VWAP, the orange one. We've been sitting on top of that. Basically, haven't even touched that yet. 21, we haven't touched since open. I mean, that's tough because to me, I have some bearish stuff, but this thing is so strong and so trendy, it's keeping me from playing the trade right now, which is a good thing, right? When you have two very competing statistics, sometimes it's best to stay out of a trade. We're still getting further away from that. Remember, we looked at the ADR earlier. We've filled 81% of the ADR. We also looked at this opening range breakout. There's actually, let me show you guys another cool little tool that I've been playing around with. Where'd it go? Oh, it did pop up. Now I got it twice. Or by levels, look at that. There's the 0.5. So this is basically, here's your range of that 15-minute or is it 15-minute? Yeah, 15-minute. So here's the range of that 15-minute orb. There is a, half standard deviation move. So like half of this range to the upside. You saw we rejected right on that. This would be the full move up here. But we could look at that, and here it is by levels. So you break the upper. Here, let's just go over this full report. This is an interesting report. This report checks how often the price extends to specific multiples. So what we're looking at here is over the last 6 months when we break the orb high. So here's the 0 point here. This 0.5 level I just showed you guys that we're right at. We get there when we break, we get there 57% of the time, 41% of the time. And as you look, this is obviously getting increasingly lower of how far. So like if you're playing the upside, this is your percentages of getting to each one of those levels. And also I look at this as if you get to one of these levels, there's a pretty good chance that's going to be as far as you get. So like if we got up to here, definitely would be worth a shot. I really like this one, but we could try here. I don't know. I pulled this up while ago on stream, just looking for some targets. I mean, right in this area. I mean, this was a heavy area right here. Yeah. Look at all this area here. Area. So like what, 220? This is a short zone, 200 to 220. Look, it did reject right on that fib, but now it's trying to base above it. I don't know. This is tough. It's not something I want to try to really short yet. I know I took the short here earlier and it actually worked out, but now we're running into a very strong upside move. SPY finally breaking up a little bit. Let me go to my normal orb on this. because I like the 30-minute. All right, so that would be the area to get back down. Did SPY break both sides of the orb? It did not, but it is over previous day high. I want to flip over to SPY because breaking both sides of this, we just got our IB as well. Let's take a look here. All right, interestingly enough, the IB, no breaks, is so staying between here and here is like a 0% chance. I think it's coming down. Still, I have the same thesis as earlier. Still rejecting in the same area. You could almost call this a double top. Previous day high. SPY's not really giving me much confluence either direction. NVIDIA is breaking down right now. Maybe NVIDIA is what leads us. I mean, I've been telling you guys since the beginning, multiple data layers are telling me we're going to come down more than anything, but we can't be early to it. Can't be early to it. I mean, we should at least back test this previous high from last week. 81. I would like to see this level tested today. 94. Holy crap, Microsoft really ripped. Bookmap's not really telling me anything. There was a lot of liquidity at 200. I don't really see anything of note added above us. I don't see any large sells that have really happened. So no confluence there. I think that's something I do want to point out. When you have no confluence, you have no confluence. Like you start to look for stuff. When you have no confluence, it's hey, I probably don't need to be in a trade. All right. See, this is going to be tough because look, IB, we have breakout and breakdown. Double break of the IB is a pretty low chance. This is on QQQ. If I throw that on there just for you guys to look at it, or just throw on the regular IB here. Let me turn off the orb. So there's your IB. The only thing is, like, do you really consider this a break? I mean, it is a break. It is considered a break, but to me, no candle even closed above that. I mean, that's immediate rejection at it. That's somewhat helpful for the downside. This down here, but to break this and this is a pretty low chance, but I still have confluence that we're going to come down at some point. ADR. Look at that, 509.87. So if we came down to like right here, that's going to be our average daily range from here back to here. Interesting. We were watching this orb by levels. It's interesting that the IB was exactly 0.5. So this right here, so from your orb high to low, the distance from here to here. So this whole thing is 1, right? So this distance is equal to the midpoint here, right? Which also turned out to be our IB. That's an interesting correlation. I mean, if you got long on the orb high, which 15-minute orb was right here. So if you got long here, I mean, you had a pretty nice long trade. Problem is, I just don't like I don't like how we haven't touched any of these moving averages. Boy, a lot of things in tech are super bullish still. It's kind of weird that Nvidia got this. It's getting bought back up. I'm looking around for Confluence. This may be a sit on the hands. For me, at least. I mean, I can't get long up here for multiple reasons. Look at this. Hold on. Oh, I need futures. All right, wheels are turning here, guys. Okay. How many green 30-minute candles do we have in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Average is 5. These are 30-minute candles. Average is 5. We're at double the average. We're close to 14. This is year to date on NQ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should get a red candle. Either this one or the next one. There's still 15 minutes left on this one. It could be this one. Could be the next one. That's another layer of confluence of why I can't get long right now. If you guys didn't follow along, this is a 30-minute chart. Look how many green bars you have in a row. 5 is the average. We're at 10 basically. Double the average. So for me personally, anytime we get close to this, I start looking for at least a red candle. That doesn't mean a short immediately, but it does mean like you don't look for it to go much higher. You take profit, possibly look for a reversal. It's usually pretty strong. But when I see this, the average doubled. This is something that I've derived out of Edgeful, just in my own strategy. When I see us double the average, here I need to let's start the count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had 9. Yeah. All right. I want to get. Let's see what happens. First time you touch the 9. Still too early to get. Orb high on 30-minute. What I watch the most is here. First time you've really touched the EMA 9 or the outer VWAP band. No short here because of how strong this trend is until, I mean, if you try to short it up here again in this area or up here, maybe based on that other data, all the data I've looked at this morning, I still think we need, I still think we need something like this and, or, or even it would even be something like this. So either here or here would be the two spots you'd look for. Maybe you take an initial short here, trim here. If it goes through, comes back, you add back here, something like that. And then you look for this to catch up because you're probably going to bounce off of this. It's probably more like that. And this 21 comes in right in this area too. But until that happens, uh, I don't want to short it. You're holding over 30-minute opening range. There's no short on the table for me right now. What's up, Evan? Where's my avocado? Here's the other problem. So we look for confluence, right? And there's not really anything right now. So I'm doing my different checks. Does this look bearish? Second largest company in the world right now, third? I guess third, actually. I'll have to ask Evan. Microsoft is just absolutely flying. Meta, nothing right now. It could be breaking down, nothing right now. NVIDIA is not participating. That's decent for a cooldown. I mean, the main thing I wanted to focus on showing you guys this was, but yeah, I'm a trader at heart, so I gotta show you guys different stuff. Let's go back to QQQ. But I'm trying to show you multiple ways that I look at this data, and it's in real time. I really like seeing where stuff is. This I really like. It didn't work out this morning. I still think it could work out. The thing is, this right here is probably one of my favorite tools in the whole market. And if you were on the other stream earlier this morning, you probably saw it play out on Spy. Hey, Q with my avocados. Thank you. Yes, yes. Put that up on the screen. Aguacate, aguacate. All right. Let's go back to the chart here. This is what you need to see happen. Now, look, we did reject up here still. Where's QQQ? So my orb by levels that I was showing you guys, where half of our 15-minute orb range came to here. So that's pretty, when you break, it's the highest probability that you get there, 50 something percent. I was showing you guys a while ago. Also, the IB is right here. We did break that, so it doesn't make me as excited for this down here. But from the get-go today, when we were doing this, I said, I think this should happen. This told me to wait longer, and it's still telling me to wait, but it's still telling me it's supposed to happen. There we go. Now we're filling orb high. Now let's see if we can get a high probability entry somewhere. Maybe even you take a starter here. It's tough. So I think you immediately should try to get here. Come on. QQQ just hit 15. SPY breaking through the 21. What does SPY look like on our other deal? Couldn't get out of previous day high or previous week range. Felling to get up, even up there to orb high. Probably coming back down here. Or pre-market highs. Yeah, it's kind of the same deal, right? I guess this is technically pre-market high right here. Just going to move this over one candle. Come on, market, make me look smart. And by make me look smart, I mean learn to read data. I just did a little scan, and I'm listening on Spaces, but for more than anything, I was doing a little scan. I'm seeing a lot of people taking calls all here this morning. There we go. Boom. We haven't touched this all day. We should touch this, and we should bounce. If we don't bounce here, let me move this back to where it originally was. Or actually just look, that's where it originally was. See if we don't do this. Look at that bounce. Look at that bounce. So now you need to reject this 170 area, 30-minute orb high. What's QQQ look like? QQQ needs to get back to here, which is 15-minute orb high. I know I've got a lot of information. Everybody likes different things. So I'm trying to show kind of different point. And plus, you can use multiple points of data all at once, right? Like for Confluence. But I've got Bookmap back here behind me. Bookmap tells me nothing right now. I don't see any large resting orders on either side. The only ones I did see earlier were at that 200 level that we wicked into. So based on that, I would think we're going to come down a little bit lower. Based on this, based on the other reports, when you open above previous day high, you come back and touch it 69% of the time. Did SPY didn't even open up there, did it? Where did SPY open? SPY opened it in between previous day high and previous day low. What a ripper we had. That half day Friday was wild. I'm just going to stay with the live stream today, guys, for a little bit longer, just to see if we get. Honestly, if you get short here, your main start. I mean, you got to watch and see what happens when you haven't touched the 21 all morning, and look how strong it is. When you haven't touched it all morning, you're usually going to get a reaction off of it initially. You also have VWAP to deal with down here, which by the time VWAP gets, or by the time we get down here, VWAP's going to be at this equal low. Where was our 15-minute orb? Where was our 15-minute orb? Oh, yeah. Right here. All right, look. Let's zoom in. Let's look. Now you can probably take your starter or add. So you could add short right here. And let's look for the 21. Boom. Immediately bounce, reject. Let's see if we can get down to like this. 140 to 144. All right, I did add short here. Anybody in short with me? We waited patiently for this morning. All right, quick mute there to let them know. Here we go. QQQ's or Q. I want to call you QQQ. All right, come on. We got to get through this 150, and then we should hit here. That's a 20-point trade. If you waited, I mean, look at my path here. If you waited for this and shorted here, that's a 20-point trade. You can go ahead and take a small little trim here. I want to get here and then orb high at 140. So I'm going to set trims here and here. Come on. This is what I was talking about. The data was telling me to wait for the short and play the short. All right, we haven't touched the 21 EMA all morning, so I'm going to take a trim spot here at 25 points, coming right into the 21 EMA. You usually bounce if you haven't touched it all morning, so just to be safe, 25-point trim. Who's making money with me? Are we making money? Did we wait and set this up nicely? Look at that bounce. Look at that. Look at this bounce. Haven't touched 21 all morning. Look at the bounce. Look where it is. Look where it is. Set your trims. Take your trims. Look at this path I drew. Anyone? No one? Pete, are you in this with me? I know Pete sniped that. Pete probably got it at 204. All right. You got the initial bounce. Now let's get through. Let's get to the orb. Here, let me show you. Here's the orb. IB rejection, 0.5 extension of the 15-minute orb. Come back and touch this 15-minute orb. That's what I'm watching right now. 15-minute orb tells you exactly where it is. 513.36. That's where we should back test. Still buying it up off this 21 though. The only problem is this here stop needs to be either here or here, depending on your risk level. I mean, I think you could, you could still risk 10 points. You just made 25. It's up to you. I think I'll risk probably up into here, but I've already trimmed with 25 points. Yeah, ES, if you're trading ES right now, ES actually made the better move. You think about it. Oh, nice. Breaking or below on ES. IB and no, IB lows here. If I zoom in, this is a 30-minute orb that I like. Here's the 9. Here's a possible short again right in here. If you want to re-add here, you can re-add here. Try it again. Tight risk. Or if you trim and you want to add back in, it's up to you. It's still, don't forget, this is still super bullish. This right here, I'm not going to add because of this. First time we touched the 21 and that long, this that I want to play out could take all the way out here, like lunchtime something, you know? And if this doesn't stay like under this area, then it invalidates pretty much everything. Anything, I want to see what happens right here, but this 21, first time you touch it. So like the other way to play this, if you didn't want to short, you're looking at this as a strong, I explained why I'm looking for shorts. But if you're looking at this just as a pure trend, and the first time you touched the 21, you could have longed the 21, and you could have got 28 points there at the top of the wick. You could have got 25 if you took it to orb high. I mean, that would have been the base of your trim there. Once again, this is our, here, let me change this just so I can show you guys. Like I'm playing off of the 30-minute orb, but what I was looking at, the 15-minute orb, would be right down here. So I'm going to throw a target there just because of the scenario. This area, like the initial kind of push plus these candles, this is probably a good area too, the 122 area. Yeah, let's put a little trim there. Small trim at 122.5. And then you're looking for VWAP. So if we get down to here, I'm going to be out more than half. Honestly, I almost want to be out half at this 140, but that I still think we can get more. And I'm not heavy, right? Because of the situation I talked about this earlier. Because of the scenario, I'm not taking a heavy short, but I still have confidence. Pete, I'm just looking at your comment. I took MES because ES was easy for the eye for short. Yeah. So there's a great teaching point there, Pete. I'm glad you mentioned that. Great idea. And let me just say, because when you look at how strong tech was compared to ES, yet once again, I'm sitting here mentioning I'm looking for it to come down. A lot of times it is better to short the weaker market. So between ES and NQ, it's a lot of times it's better to short whichever one's weaker. So like looking at the data on both of those, you could have shorted SPY or ES up here, and it'd be the same thing. QQQ. I don't look at the 1 minute a whole lot, but yeah. Yeah, we're kind of breaking back over here, which means I want to be careful because, once again, because of this scenario, this could take forever to play out. But this was the thing I was worried about. You hit 21 for the first time, you usually get a decent bounce. That worries me. I mean, even if you longed, because it was like right in here. So let's say you longed here. That's a pretty good. I mean, first time you touched the 21, right? You may end up getting a almost a 50-point trade out of that. If you break over this, yeah. Sure, this candle closes. I mean, look, if we risk 21 points total, we already made 25. If we risk 21 points, we're still in a green trade because we've already trimmed this thing. So you could go here. Honestly, if it goes over this, then I'd want to see what happens up here and then maybe re-enter, right? Because it's futures, right? We can always re-enter, but I'm kind of watching between this level and where this candle closes to see what happens here. SPY just ripped back to VWAP. This looks like a pretty strong bounce. Microsoft's still strong. NVIDIA right at 140 though. That's interesting. I think this is going to pop up here, and I think I'm going to want to go ahead and get out. I'm gonna put my stop over 200 personally, just in this scenario. Where's 200 at? So I want to stop out over this 31 points on. Let's see, what did I get? I got to fill. I got out half at what did I get? 20 points and 25 points or so. So this would be a red trade, but I'm willing to risk that and have a slightly red trade, but I'm not going to add. This is a tough call because I could just get out here and have a green trade and then just get back into this. Problem is, we're back above orb right here. We're back above all the EMAs. Honestly, if we go any higher right here, then I want to get out. I mean, I could almost just risk high of day. I'm, I'm not going to add, but I'm still going to hold. Unless it breaks over. I just still a tough call because it's still so bullish. The video just hit VWAP. We're at a level that I've been watching on Microsoft. Tesla's breaking structure down. New low of day. AMD just made a new high. SPY just back tested and held EMAs and VWAP. This is a tough call. I think you could get out here and just stay green. If it goes any higher, though. All right, this is starting to look like a need to get out type of scenario. We'll give it another minute or so. This 21 right here is what's bothering me. Almost could have taken a full exit here and re-entered here, but then this happened anyway, so. Above opening range, SPY is above VWAP and the EMAs. We're above all EMAs on Qs, way above VWAP. This is one of those deals where, like, you set your thesis and it either works or it doesn't, and you constantly analyze throughout. So I'm still green total, and I could just take the exit here. If you're green and you need to take the exit, take the exit. Of course, I will add none of this is financial advice or recommendation to buy or sell any security or trading vehicle. Of course, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Just want to make sure I throw that out there for everyone. Please do your own research, your own due diligence, make your own decisions. I cannot click the buy or sell button for you, nor will I ever. Also, should be known that there are no copy trade programs, anything like that. I do not provide any of those services. If you ever do get a message like that, it's scam. Scam, scam, scam. Between X and YouTube, there's over 200 of you watching the stream. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in. After this, I'm going to go join Jordy's stream for a little bit. I kind of want to see if this will play out a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. This thing looks too bullish to sit in for much longer. Wait, IWM's really underperforming. That was probably the better short opportunity as well. Oh yeah, today is Cyber Monday. I need a new camera. This built-in camera right here, not great. I have spaces here. I have Squawker and you guys all here. All right, book map. Orders popping up down below. Interesting. Popping up at 100. 21,100. So that's still a little bit. It's still so trendy. This is still. That's why, once again, I said I'm very light and I took off half. A little chill hop. Bottom wicks, it's like pressure down, but people are meeting it. I need this to break back down here. Where is this at? 159. I mean, I could add here, but then that puts my original trade off kilter a little bit. But once again, not my personal bias, but my data bias is telling me to short. Throw in some backgrounds here, guys. Ooh. You know what this looks like? This looks like if you ever used Windows Media Player back in the day, like listening to music and it had the little wild graphics. That's what this background looks like. Oh, that one's pretty cool. I don't know. What do we think about the music? What's lo-fi sound like? Okay. Music is freaky. Honestly, I like this feel a little bit better. It makes it bigger. Can we do this? There's a couple data points telling me no. But remember, I don't know, to break this, a double break of IB is going to be a low percentage. Honestly, this is probably your best target. Previous week high. The data we make that last Monday. It's probably your best target. Just to be 100% fair. We haven't really broken a whole lot of structure yet. I mean, if we look at it this way, you did kind of break that structure. If we look at it this way, and then just in general, higher high, lower high, higher low, higher low, higher low, lower low. I really want to see something here to really make me feel the shift. This music's kind of got me going. Come on, get back down. If anyone did add up here with this confluence, if anybody added up here, this is, trim. There we go. Get back down. All right. Now we definitely put our stop here. Spy right on VWAP. All right, so this idea didn't really work out, but we're still holding this here. I don't particularly care for. I'm not a big fan of this holding the orb here. I mean, it's rejecting where it needs to, but it's not breaking down. 15-minute kind of looks flaggy. Let's draw a couple things here. And there's your basic structure. It sounds like it's raining on this. Let's go back to the chill hop. A little piano. All right, looking at some confluence, which I have all the charts over here that I'm also looking at that you guys can't see, but lower high. This is also VWAP is right here on the video, right here, basically. So you broke down, you rejected VWAP. AMD still stupid strong. Okay, Microsoft back inside of, what is this, IB? This is the initial balance, the first hour of the market. So you were here, you supported, now you failed it, and now you're rejecting. So you probably go back down here. Microsoft cooling off is good for our shorts. This is still very strong. It doesn't tell me anything on Meta. Amazon should bounce here based on that, but how far does it bounce and come back down? Google's still well above. Maybe like our 15-minute. Tesla Tesla, this, you zoom out, look left, sometimes you go, okay, what are we doing here? Which is the same with QQQ, right? You zoom out, look left, we're above everything. Look at these gaps that never filled. Which this gap filled. So like from this day to this day. This day to this day, we gapped up. We never filled it. And then the next day we filled it and left a gap here. And then this day we didn't really gap at all, but we came up and filled. So we're like filling gaps a day late right now. It's kind of interesting. Friday moved better than this. Yeah, so I mean, just to call out both sides, you bought this, if you bought back here, back test of orb on a 30-minute orb, it didn't work, you bought it this time. There's a 20-point scalp. Potential for more. You guys saw me draw this fib while ago, though. And it's having some obvious trouble right at it with 200, and this is confluence above it. The toughest thing for me is watching this EMA 9. Super bullish. The 21, we barely even, I mean, look, you have to go all the way back to early London session to even see where we were under the 21. We were just sideways here, but look, since then, touched it here, touched it here, touched it here. That's a trendy bullish structure. That's why I'm in a very small short half position from right here. And honestly, let's see what I took a 20-point trim, a 25-point trim. So the average of 22.5. So that means so basically this is my risk reward for a green trade. This is right here. That's why we lock stuff in. I would have to bust into a freestyle on this beat. Apple coming into VWAP. Google just bounced off VWAP. Netflix back below it. Nvidia below it. CrowdStrike just made a new high of day. AMD is making a new high of day currently. Meta's about to make a new high day. Yep, new high day on Meta. It's too strong right now. It may be a lunchtime or after trade. We'll see. All right, I don't know what this music is. We gotta go back. This looks too bullish, guys. Yeah, look at this. This looks way too bullish. We're at a break-even trade right now. I add right here. I wonder what it does. The problem is I can't add based on how bullish this trend is. Meta new high. AMD new high. Yeah, this looks like it's going to close up here. Still 3 minutes on this candle. It looks like it's going to close up here. If it takes out this high, obviously it's right at the 200. Yeah, I think it's stop out here. Yep, stopped out. All right, so we're a little bit red, but we still have another chance up here. Like I said, it was too bullish, so but we're okay. We played our plan. Right at 5:15 though. Remember the average move I showed earlier on the first stream was to right here. That's gonna kind of line up with that right there. Maybe we try a 220 with some type of confirmation. Yeah, Q, this is a good point. This is semiconductors right here. They are strong, especially AMD and some of the other ones, which there are a couple with earnings tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, see, we're getting too far away from this, but I don't have any reason to really go long. I mean, I could have longed here, and you got a nice trade. All right, so this, I almost want to try it again right here. Where are all these wicks at? Oh, that's 250. But really, we can make a zone right up here. This falls back under here, then it's a hammer short. The problem is, do you try to pick a top? No. Look at this immediate hold, 219. It's not good. I think we just be patient once again because of the confluence. Let me see, what do we if you took 22.5 points for profit and then you got stopped out at what? Right in here somewhere, 30, 31 points. We're slightly red. That's risk management right there. Good risk management keeps us in the game. SPY new all-time high. There's the double break. So 15-minute orb was here and here. We were looking at this in real time a while ago. It took a while, but SPY did it. Usually SPY's a little bit stronger than Q's as far as like overall market. So double break is the most common. You break both 15-minute orb high and low on SPY. There's the break of the high. This was the break of the low. Here, let's make this easier to see. Here's the break of the low. Here's the break of the high. There's your double break. Most common. IB actually double break too. Interesting. Oh, where's our ADR at? We were watching that earlier too on Q's. Did we fill the ADR yet? Oh, look where this is at. 515.64. Maybe that's our spot. Right there, 64. So we probably fill that, but then once you move an average daily range, I mean, the other problem is you broke IB high, the chances of breaking that low. Too much data is arguing with itself today. I don't like it. I mean, this is the short zone on the 4 hour. There's 1 penny away from average daily range. Just take a small starter right here. I'll do it. I'll do it for the stream. Small starter. Small starter here. There's room to add up here. Because we are very, very small red, we can do that. If we would have taken a big loss here, there's no way I could take a starter here. Look at that, 1 penny short of the ADR. Huh, look at this. ADR. Now, it does exceed it. 40% of the time, it does exceed it. But what I'm looking at on that is not just, do we exceed it? Here, let me see if I can. There you go. Right at that ADR. Something else I like to watch. I mean, I've got tons of confluence. Yeah, I was just talking to the guys on Spaces real fast. Your lunchtime turnaround in 15 minutes, or right here. I mean, that's why I took a starter. If anything, you're just trying to get back to this stuff. What does this look like? You probably can. What do you risk, like that right there? This would be like the maximum. This would be the idea, but you would add in here. Once again, I want to stress the trend is up. This is counter trend trading, so I'm very small. TV, yeah. So I'm on a 5-minute chart right here. I mean, nothing about this looks bearish, right? But it's the it's the overall like bearish. I mean, the gap up, the didn't touch previous day high. I mean, multiple things that are telling me we need to come back down. So it's all morning I've been in this like. So because of that, size way down. Look for multiple confluence. If anything, it's still no trade because there's things telling me to be careful going higher. I mean, I showed you guys this 4-hour. I mean, even if I draw a box, where's my box? You could even draw the box all the way to there, but if I mean, that's a big supply zone. You could go probably a little bit higher. You could probably even go up to 270 because of these wicks here too. All right, let's just go to that. We're fully in this short zone. You could even wait. I mean, it's all up to you. Trade your plan, but this is what I'm looking at. The other problem is SPY that was lagging. Still making new. These are all-time highs. Slow grind to all-time highs is a tough short. This was probably the long here. The only reason I didn't take it was because of the, I mean, for one, it was probably long here to here. Trim out everything, and then if it gets through, then you're good. But maybe this right here, it's a tough call. But the breakout, it tells me really this needs to fail, or we need to like get some kind of like, you get one of these like big upper wicks, like a big, I gotta take this off. I hate when it just pops up here. You get like a big upper wick, you know, something that like signals some type of like big selling pressure, profit taking, blow off top, something, then you feel much better about this. But I don't have anything that's really telling me. ES. Is that the high and low I have labeled? That's a serious spread. Be careful. What are you talking about? The when I had the box drawn up here, that would just be like, that would be the ultimate, like the trade idea. So like if you go really small in this short zone, you're looking for like a revert back to VWAP. I mean, we are up. How many points are we up since we opened here? We're up almost 200 points from the open. I don't know. Like I said, I know it's bullish structure, but I also know there's things pulling us down, but I don't know, weird holiday. What's our Mag 7? AMD's still making new highs. Meta's making new highs. Tesla back to VWAP, so holding in there. Microsoft's been slow fading this entire... No, I'm sorry. It's not Microsoft. That's Boeing. Microsoft's just holding in there. Amazon not doing much. Google, beautiful bounce off of VWAP. CrowdStrike made a new high. And going through the higher beta names. IWM's been doing decent after looking terrible this morning. Hit 240.01. Wow. All right, well, you guys know my idea here. It is short this area. So right there. So this would be, all right, so like if I'm taking a full position, which I'm not, but if I end up in a full position, target is going to be, first target's going to be here, 200. I mean, another small target here. You need either of these EMAs. This has to be a target. Or pie again. 58 points from current entry. This would be another main target. 80 points. It's right at this 150. This is the R1. And then wherever this ends up down here, probably right here because you see this. And wherever VWAP ends up is probably that target too. I think you backtest this at some point, 81, because this is the previous high that we haven't backtested. Right here. If we get anywhere near this, this is probably short too. I don't know if you noticed, both times I took shorts, both areas worked out pretty cleanly just based on some data and stuff. Now, if we don't get back under this, head for the hills. But I think I'm gonna see if this plays out. I don't know if I'm gonna add anything here. I'm short from 28-ish, 29, 28-ish. So we get back down in here, start trimming. Probably first trim here, 205. Yeah, I'll trim here, 205. I'll trim here, and that's about all the room I have for trims based on this size. Whoa, weird reload there. All right, I am going to shut the stream down, guys. The main thing I wanted to show you was what's in play. ADR filled on both. QQQ. Did it fill in SPY? Let's double check that before I log off. ADR. What the heck? No, SPY's not even close to ADR. Both directions. All right, either way. Anyways, this is the what's in play. This is what I really wanted to highlight on this stream, and then we got carried away with trading, of course, because we're traders, right, at the end of the day. But this right here, probably not going to happen today. It's probably going to be, and I showed you guys, I mean, we'll see, but I showed you guys all the stats showing that we probably do come down. Once again, just to reiterate, if you weren't here earlier, let's turn this off. There's strong statistics that say we come back and touch the previous day high. This gap should fill, but the problem is this is so bullish right now. This is a big move. I mean, that would be a big reversal, right? I mean, off the high, over 1% reversal. That's going to be a tough. If anything, I would be looking for previous week's range here. On NQ, it's the same thing. right there, 81. So I have marked on my other chart. So look at that 270 lines up right there, that fib with this right here at the top of my box. So that's what I'll be watching the rest of the day. But we'll see. I mean, once again, if you took this short with me, there was 10 points of drawdown for 10 points of profit, 13 points of profit so far. This looks like it's getting bought up immediately. So I'm in a small position here. I can add up here. It's not enough that it's going to make me seriously red, but to me, it's worth just where that ADR is, kind of taking a little starter in this zone. And then we get up here to this area. This is where I'll really be looking for another shot at it or adding. But yeah, I'm going to jump out of here. Link is down below for Edgeful. Try that out. I'll be in Discord. I think Paper Game's about to go live, so I'm going to jump in with him. And then Spaces everywhere else. You know where to find us. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. I am starting live streaming with Edgeful on their account on Wednesday. Fired up about that. Excited about it. So we'll have a lot more live streams coming soon. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on notifications. That way when I go live, it pops up for you. Also, Edgeful. Make sure Edgeful's YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to them, because that's where I'm going to be twice a week, starting Wednesday and Thursday. Starting out, we're going to do Wednesday and Thursday for a couple hours each morning. Yeah, that's it. All right, appreciate everyone that tuned in. We'll catch you guys in other places. Paper Games has a stream. Jordy's got a stream. Spaces everywhere. Check it out somewhere or another. Don't spend all your money on Cyber Monday. Don't try to short a dull, grindy market like I'm doing, but also put data behind your trades. Be reasonable about what you're doing. Good risk management keeps you out of trouble, and you live to fight another day. All right. Appreciate everybody. Y'all take it easy.